Hi children, let's talk about how animals can be further divided into. We'll divide them into pet animals, farm animals, wild animals, and so on. So let's look at them in detail. Animals can be further divided into what? Animals can be further divided into. Divided into. And what are they? We're going to look at. So animals can be further divided into pet animals, farm animals, wild animals, and so on. So first we'll take pet animals. Okay, we all have pet animals. What are these pet animals? Who are they? Pet animals are animals that we keep in and around our home. So literally, pet animals live in our home. They live with us. Okay, pet animals, they live with us like, who are they? Dog, cat, rabbit, and so on. The animals that we keep in our house to enjoy them and also to use them. Some children love to keep birds. They love birds as pets. There are others who love to keep fish in their house, look at them, feed them, take care of them. So, animal can be further divided into one, pet animals. Who are they? These pet animals live in our home, they live with us, we enjoy their company, take care of them, feed them, and so on. They are like dogs, cats, some of them love to keep fish, birds, etc. Next, domestic or farm animals. Domestic. Domestic or farm animals. That's another category, okay? So the second one, domestic, farm animal. Let's see, what are these domestic animals, farm animals? Domestic animals are the animals that keep in the farms or factories for. So these domestic animals or farm animals, they are kept for fur. They are used to take fur from them, feathers, milk, meat, sometimes for transportation. They include animals like cattle, horses, sheep, chicks, elephants, or bullocks, elephants. So for various reasons, we keep them as domestic or we keep them as farm animal. There are others like we keep insects. What insect do we keep? Like bees for honey, silkworms, silkworms or silk moths as we call it. All these are domesticated for various purposes. Silk bees for honey, silkworms for silk thread, then you get from fur from sheep, feathers from birds, then milk and meat from chicken, and so on. These bullocks and elephants, they are also used for transportation. Okay. Next, we look at wild animals. Okay. So we looked at pet animals, domestic animals, farm, and wild animals. Wild animals. Now, we know wild animals are those that live in the forest, jungles and forest. All right? They are very ferocious. They are ferocious. They are very dangerous, but some of them are kept in the zoo, kept in the zoo for us to look at. Example, lion. What are these ferocious animals? Lion, tiger, cheetah, rhino, and so on. So that's the third category. Pet animals, farm animals, wild animals. Next, there are another way to categorize animals on the basis of food they eat. So we can also categorize animals on the basis of food they eat or food habitat. The food habits. What are the food habits these animals have? According to it, we can also make categories. Now, first, you can have herbivores. Herbivores. Next category, carnivores. Then third category, omnivores. Then we have parasites. And finally we have scavengers. So there are 5 categories, and each of these, let's take it separately. All right. So we categorize animal, whether domestic or farm or wild, on the basis of the habit, what food they eat, food habits, okay, what they love to eat. Let's talk about the first, herbivores. Herbivorous animals are those that mostly feed on grass. They love to eat grass all day, leaves, grains. So those animals who eat grass, leaves, and grain, we call them herbivores. They have flat, broad front teeth. They have flat, broad front teeth. Front teeth. That is how we describe a herbivore. Now, what are those animals who eat these leaves and grass? They are cow, sheep, camel. So who come under this category? Cow, sheep, camel. They are all herbivores. Next we look at Carnivores are animals that hunt and eat smaller animals. Animals that hunt and eat other animals for food. Now, these carnivores have long, sharp, pointed teeth. So, these are flesh eating animals. Flesh eaters, what kind of teeth they have? They have long, sharp front teeth for tearing. Front teeth for tearing flesh. For tearing flesh. That is carnivorous animal. Next, omni. Those that eat grass, leaves, grain, and flesh of animal. They eat both. Then we call them omnivores. Now, omnivores are both plant and flesh eaters. Flesh eaters, both. Okay. Now, who are these? They are cows, crow, and bear. Crow, bear, human. We all come under carnivores. Next, parasites. What are these? Parasites. There are one or more group of animals like bacteria, virus, protozoa. All of them live inside or on the bodies of other animals. So, bacteria, virus, protozoa, all these, they live on the bodies of on other animals. Other animals. Okay. So they are called parasites because they live on other animals. Now finally we have scavengers. Animals that feed on the flesh of dead animals. So these scavengers eat dead animals. Animals that eat flesh of dead animals, they are called scavengers. All right? Vultures are scavengers. All right? Now, we looked at animals that can be further divided into pet animals that we keep them at home like dog, cat, rabbit, birds and fish. Then domestic and farm animals, they are kept for various purposes, for collecting fur, feathers, milk, meat. They are cattle, horses, sheep, chicken, bullock, elephant. They are also used for transportation. Then we keep insects in the farm to collect honey. So bees are kept, silk moths are kept to collect silk thread. Then third, we have wild animals that live in the jungles, in the huge forests. They're very ferocious, they're dangerous. Some of them like tigers and lion, they're kept in the zoo for us to look at. Then again, we can divide animals according on the basis of the food habit. Now we have herbivores that they eat only grass and leaves and grain, and they are flat, broad front teeth. Next, we have the carnivores that eat flesh eaters. They have long, sharp front teeth for tearing the flesh of the animal. Now, next we have omnivores that they are plant eaters and they also eat flesh of animals. So they are crow, bear, and human too. Parasites. Now, parasites live on other animals, on them. So they are bacteria, virus, protozoa. They live and they suck the blood from the other animal. Okay, scavengers. They are animals that feed on the dead animal. They are like the vultures and the hyena. They eat the dead flesh of dead animals.